Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I get my lips to look a little bit more full and voluptuous. I am by no means against lip injections. I've considered them multiple times, especially recently. I just really like the way that my lips look a little bit more plump and full because my upper lip is a little bit scrawny and my bottom lip is a little bit more full naturally. Just not ready to commit to, first of all, the price of it, and also the fact of a needle going into my lips, injecting something in there, kind of freaks me out just a little bit. So I haven't like fully committed to that yet. I may in the future, who knows? But for right now, I found a way to make my lips still appear like I have lip injections and make them look a little bit more full and plump. So I thought I would share with you guys what I've been doing. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is take my JuvaLips. This is basically kind of like a, I don't even know what they call it, kind of like a lip enhancer. Basically, it's this little device. This is the little case that it comes in. This is what it looks like right here. It can kind of look a little intimidating. You put this on your lips and it actually plumps your lips up. Basically what it does is it kind of like vacuums your lips, kind of sucks them out, which creates blood flow to that specific area that you're actually like sucking on, which produces collagen in that area over time. So the more you use it, the more you'll start to build up collagen in that area, which is gonna make your lips look a little bit more full and plump. So you do have to be careful on where you place this, because when I first used this, if you follow me on Snapchat, I'm sure you've heard this already, but when I first tried this out and was kind of playing around with it, trying to figure out how to use it, I ended up putting it like too high, like right there, and it looked like I had like 40 little bitty hickeys all over my upper lip, because basically that's what it is. It sucks on, you know, the place that you put it on. And I was terrified that my upper lip was gonna look like that forever, but it went away literally overnight. So it wasn't a big deal. I just put ice on it. But you do have to be careful where you put it. Definitely play around with it and see what works for you. But since then, I have figured out how to use it the correct way. I was using it the wrong way. I should have invested my time into figuring that out before I just went and started like sucking all the areas in my face. But now I know how to use it properly, so I'm going to show you guys today. Basically, this is what the part that you're going to put your mouth on looks like, and it has these little filters in here. Looks like that inside. You want to put the little filter in so that it doesn't, you know, suck your lip and give you bruising. This kind of helps to prevent that. It's a little cushion. And they do have individual little filters that you can repurchase just in case, you know, you get these dirty, obviously your mouth's on it. So I'm just going to pop this one back in there. That is a fresh one. I haven't used it before. And again, this is JuvaLips. I'll link it down below in case you guys want to check it out. This is around, I believe, like the $100 mark. So it definitely is an investment for your lips. If you're thinking of it as an alternative to lip injections, I mean, this is like a one-time fee versus, you know, going every 3 months and getting your lips done. So that's kind of how I thought of it. So before I get started, I'm going to apply some lip balm. You want to apply some kind of lip balm on your lips so that the suction is a little bit, you know, a little bit stronger, and it really pulls your lips and makes them plump. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this. I don't want to do too much because I found that like my lips kind of slip around a little bit if I do that. So I just want a little bit on my lips, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick my lips in like this, like that, and then turn it on. And the little button's right here to turn it on. And you just kind of like pull it off when you're done. It should have a little bit of suction, so it shouldn't be so easy. If it is too easy to pull it off, then you probably did it wrong because you want to have a little tug. So this is what one round looks like, and it will mess all of your makeup up that is around your mouth. So I usually do this before I apply makeup, but I have to leave right after this, so I went ahead and did my face makeup. But I'm gonna just take my beauty blender and kind of actually move the foundation off a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with another round. So basically I'm just going to put a little bit more lip balm right there. And the more you get comfortable with this, the more rounds you can do to kind of build up. I believe they only suggest 2. I've done more than that, and I really like the results, and I haven't had any bruising or anything. So I think it's something that you just have to feel comfortable with and build up to. This time they got a lot bigger. And as you can see, my lips kind of turned a little bit purple. It's not bruising, but you can tell the blood was just drawn there. Also, a little tip when you're doing this, if you feel like you can't get it to like suction, put your tongue in between your teeth like this and kind of push out a little bit, and that's gonna help it get a better suction. That was a huge tip for me, and then once I started doing that, my upper lip really got a lot bigger. As you guys can see, my lip is definitely a lot bigger here on the top now. I feel like I'm pretty happy with this size. I could probably do it again, but I'm pretty happy with the way that this looks. I feel like it looks a lot more even with my bottom lip, which makes me really happy. And I just love it. It's so easy to do. And the timer does run for 60 seconds, so a minute. And then like I said, you just kind of do that and pop it off. You should have a little bit of tug though. That's what you want. That means you're getting a good suction. So anyways, I've been really happy with this. I've been playing with it. Usually I'm not into like gimmicky things that, you know, say they do things that they really don't, and you just waste your money. But I decided to give this a go. I've heard really good reviews on it, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try it out and see how it works. If not, I could always return it. So I really like it though. I think that the results are really great, and they usually last me like a full day. Like my lips stay looking, you know, pretty plump throughout the day. The other really cool thing is if you don't want to have fuller lips one day, you don't have to. You can kind of, you know, work a little bit more on the upper lip or the bottom lip, or just nothing at all, or both. So I just think that's really neat. I've been really happy with it so far. All right, so now what I like to do is go in with a contour stick. This is actually just a concealer from the drugstore. This is the L'Oreal True Match Crayon Concealer. This is what it looks like. I've used these for years to actually like cream contour my face, but I found that I really like it for my lips too. So this is in the shade N6, 7, and 8, and the N stands for neutral. You don't want to do anything too orange because you don't want to look like you have Cheetos around your lips, and you also don't want to do anything too cool where it just looks like you have like a mustache going on. So the N series is pretty good for my skin tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to outline my entire lip area. Kind of like lip liner, but right above where I would apply lip liner. And it is gonna look a little crazy at first, as you guys can see, but look at the difference just doing that makes on this side versus this side. It really just pops everything out. I know a lot of people like to go in with concealer and put right there, but for me, I feel like it kind of shrinks my lips when I do that. Doing the contour around the lips makes my lips actually stand out and appear fuller. So that's why I like to do the contour versus the concealer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to do the rest of my mouth. See, already that just makes my lips like so much fuller. I love it. And then when I get out here to this like outer corner area right through here, I like to actually kind of go out like that in a triangle, and that's gonna help make my lips and my mouth look a little bit whiter and fuller. So that's something I like to do. Depending on your face shape and your lips, you don't have to do that. It's just something I kind of like to do. And the great thing about this little contour stick is that it blends out so beautifully, so if you do mess up, no worries, you can just blend it out with your finger and it's no big deal. Now what I'm going to do is grab my beauty blender that I use to apply my foundation, and I'm just going to go around the edges of the line and kind of diffuse it out a little bit. I don't want it to look like I'm just like drawing on some lines around my mouth, you know, and then filling it in. So I want it to look a little bit more natural-ish and diffuse. So I'm just going to take it and soften it a little bit. So hopefully you guys can tell a difference in my lips. Obviously by using this, it made a huge difference, but just by going in and outlining the outermost part of my lips, it made a really, really big difference. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you the other kind of tips and tricks and steps that I do to make my lips look a little bit fuller. I don't do all of this all of the time. Sometimes I do, just depending on what I'm doing and, you know, what I want my lips to look like that day. But I like to go in with this Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat. Basically, this is their lip pencil. They just call it a lip cheat. This is my absolute favorite lip liner to make my lips look full and juicy. I don't know what it is about this formulation or the color. I don't know if it's a combination of the two, but every time I use this, my lips just look extra juicy. It's the only way I know how to describe it. It just makes them look very healthy and plump. So I'm going to be using this one today. And how I like to do this, since I've actually already, you know, kind of outlined my lips, is go right in from there where I applied that other shade and just kind of feather that in. And you'll actually see where your actual lip is and then where you drew that contour on, and you want to fill in right in between there. If your lips aren't the same color as mine, you can find a lip liner that's more, you know, similar to your lip color. This one is pretty much spot on for me. And I'm being very light-handed. I'm not going in and like pressing down with the pencil. I'm just going in and shading very lightly. Because I don't want this to look harsh. I want it to look very diffused and, you know, as natural as possible. Now what I would do next is basically just go in with a lip gloss because I really like the way that that looks. If it's a day I'm just going for more of a natural makeup look, I just love just wearing gloss and these lip liners. I just feel like it just makes your lips look so healthy and just very good. So I usually would just do that. Some of my favorites are right here. I've been loving this one by the Balm. This is in Snap. Love this. It's more of like a brownie nude. And then this one by Marc Jacobs is like a holy grail. This is Sugar Sugar. Amazing formulation, makes your lips look very wet and just very, very glossy. So love this one. But for today's video, I'm going to show you how I would apply kind of a matte base and then go over with a gloss. I feel like when you put a matte base down, it just makes your lips look that much bigger on the outer edges. And then when you go in and apply your gloss over top, like right in the middle, it just makes your lips look ginormous. So I'm going to show you that today. So I am going to take a little bit of the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. This is basically just a really light nude. Any color that you have and you love will work for this. So I'm just going to apply this kind of in the middle. I'm not going to rub it in. I'm just going to kind of dab it. And then I'm just going to take my finger to blend it out. And as you can see, I didn't use much at all. I feel like that is good for me. You could totally go in with more if you're more comfortable with that, but this is perfect for me. And I feel like this shade in particular does a great job of blending all of the shades together really nicely and kind of making it fade. So now I'm going to go in with that gloss right in the center. I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs one today just because it's my favorite. And I'm going to kind of scrape a little bit of the gloss off onto the side just so that I don't have too much on the center of my lip. And I'm just going to apply it again right in the center. And I'm going to kind of bring it up on the top here, up on the like Cupid's bow area. So that's it, you guys. Those are all the products, the steps, everything that I take to get my lips to look a little bit more full and voluptuous without having to get lip injections. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to make a new video here on my channel every week, and I have some really fun videos coming up. So be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.